Sun Leo Moon family. Thank you for tuning back in to the audio only tarot channel. That means you just hit play and walk away. You don't have to sit here and watch me flip through no cards and none of that. Just hit play and walk away. And I don't have time to try to go through the deck and pull out cards that's going to appease your ego. So you really don't even have to worry about seeing my cards. If you're that pressed about it, go find one of the other tarot readers who do show you all their cards. Anyway, in the center of your reading for today, we have the Prince of Cups. I'll go ahead and tell you what the card is, so at least you can visualize it. Because, you know, what it's so many different decks. At least you can visualize it. We have the Prince of Cups. So I feel that there is this energy of you really being committed to something. It's like you've made a choice, because this is crossed by the Prince of Swords. You've made a choice, and I feel like you're sticking to it. Not only are you sticking to it, it's a little pressure behind that choice. Like, you really mean this shit. I feel like you've explored your options. You understand, like, maybe the obstacles, you understand the dangers, you understand the battles that may come along with it. Somebody may have given you a disclaimer or a precursor or a forewarning about what's going to happen. So you understand it. You know your battlefield. You understand your playing ground, and you have strategized, you know what I'm saying, to get where you need to be involving this situation. Whatever it is, it started in your youth. I feel like it's something that you began when you were a child or in your teenage years or like early 20s. It's relative what youth is depending on how old you are now. Someone who's 22 would think that youth would be like, you know, elementary school, middle school. Somebody who's 52 knows that your early 20s, you still a baby. You get what I'm saying? So whatever this was, it's something that was started in youth. But it seems like it didn't get much further than where it is when it started. Like maybe an idea brewed up in you when you were a child, or a certain relationship began when you were a child, but nothing really happened. It kind of stayed in that kind of infancy. It stayed, you know, like baby phase. It stayed in baby steps. So all of this time has just been gestational. All the time since it began, since the idea was sparked, or since the relationship began, since, you know, the position started, whatever the case may be. You may just still be like lower level or a student. Maybe you've been in school for a long time. Maybe you're a professional student. Maybe you have been, you know, like entry level for a hot minute, and you thinking, well, dang, you know, I have enough experience to go somewhere else and get at least a managerial position. Like, what gives? But whatever the case is, something that started either when you were young or you started at the lower level, it never really got off the ground. So all of the time between when it began and now was just like a gestational period where so much has transpired and so much has happened, and you've grown so much. And, you know, the circumstances have changed. Life has changed. The landscape of humanity has changed. And now it's like you are so confident and so skilled in what it is that you are doing or what it is that you have to offer that it doesn't matter what could come against you, you would be able to handle it. See, sometimes we don't need to rush into stuff. Sometimes it's good that we allow things to just be, you know, little baby steps. Because before you know it, just how babies grow fastest, your first year of life is the fastest you will ever grow in your entire human existence. Think about that. From being born to 1 year old, your body changes faster than it will change for the rest of your life. So sometimes something that kind of stays in those beginning stages for a long time, so much develops in an unspoken way, and it happens so naturally that you don't even pay attention to just how fast it's growing. Even though it's been a long time, I'm saying the growth of this situation, the growth of this relationship, the growth of this position or of this experience, of this proficiency, it happened naturally. It's almost like it happened so fast, it just feels like yesterday that this thing just begun. But whatever the case may be, you're now in a position where you're like masterful like, you know, obstacles. What obstacles? You know, I know a way around it. I've been doing this for so long, or I've known this person for so long. I have had knowledge of this thing for so long. I know the ins and out, the loopholes, the shortcuts, the go arounds, the workarounds, the technicalities. You know it all. And I don't mean that in a bad way at all, because I know Aquarius gets a bad rep for, being quote unquote know-it-alls, but we really be knowing. It's Aquarius Sun and Leo Moon energy. You get this rep, knowing it all, when you really do be knowing what the fuck you talking about. But that's neither here nor there. Recently, I feel like you've been in this energy of getting away from things that don't serve you. I'm gonna turn my notifications off because I'm not trying to interrupt y'all reading. You've been getting away from things that don't serve you, unnecessary hoopla. Like, you're not really trying to play the radio with people who aren't going anywhere in life, who aren't doing anything. Because I do feel like in the time between when this, the meat of this reading, the time between when this situation or relationship or whatever started and now, you dealt with a lot of foolishness. I really do feel like that's a part of the reason why you were able to grow so much and why you know so much, is because you've had experiences. Experience teaches you everything. It's the best teacher, experience. So you had all of these experiences, and a lot of them were not so savory. You've gone through being hot, being cold. You've gone through being patient, being impatient. Basically, every facet of dealing with something that you can go through, you've gone through. And you know what I mean. But now you're in a place where you actually can have victory. Now, when you focus in on whatever the situation is, whatever this thing that you are finally making a choice on now, whatever it is that you are applying pressure to now, you will be able to get ahead. So when I say that you make a choice on it or you apply pressure for it, it could be an ultimatum, or you can give a heartfelt offer. You can make a like a passionate plea. Whatever it is that you're speaking up about right now, that you're truly passionate about, that you really care about. Maybe it can be asking someone something or telling someone something. I feel like you will get your way because it's justified. What you're saying is justified, and you know it so well that you can cut to the chase, and you can say it in a way that no one can negate. You can spit that game so good, they ain't gonna have no choice but to give you what you want. Aquarius Sun Leo Moon. Because you've played the game so many times and you know the field. You know what you're talking about. You know this person you're talking to. You know what they want to hear. And it's not even in a manipulative way. It's just, you know what's needed. Because you've played the field. You've been out there. You've lived life. And any obstacles, you already know that. You're well equipped. That's going to help you plead your case. That's helping you to prove yourself as qualified, more than qualified for the position, qualified for the relationship. Like at this point, you no longer have to be like in the infancy stage or as a student or as a beginner. You're a professional now. In whichever way that applies in your life, you know how to handle everything that comes to you. And you're confident in your ability to handle anything that comes to you. You're looking like a whole vibe, Aqua Sun Leo Moon. You're looking like a whole vibe. People are already seeing you for this, kind of this prosperous energy that does what he or she wants and moves how he or she wants to move and can make things happen. It's almost like you just wish it and it happens, but there's no overnight successes here. Even though this may be looking like an overnight success to a lot of people, ain't no such thing as overnight success. This came from a long ways ago. It's been a long time coming. And that change that you've been looking for, it's here now. All you have to do is, put your plea in, put your proposal in, make your offer, speak on it. Put it out into the ether. That's all you really have to do for things to materialize the way you want it to materialize. Don't hold it in. Go ahead and say what you need to say and be assertive about it. Don't go in, kind of pussyfooting around the issue and being afraid, because you have no reason to be afraid. Even though I don't feel a fearful energy here, I'm just saying if some do have that, you have no reason to be afraid, because you are equipped to handle any obstacle. You're equipped to handle any rebuttals, any difficulties, all of that. You're well equipped to handle it. So a victory is pretty much guaranteed for you if you go for it. I'm feeling this ultimate fulfillment energy. Like if it's a move that you need to make on behalf of your family to get them to a better station in life, baby, it's yours. If you want to come together with someone who you could see yourself like being married to or having a happy long-term relationship with, if you don't want to be married, because just like the famous Aquarian Oprah, marriage ain't always in our cards like that. But whatever type of relationship you want long-term, you can have that if you speak on it, if you speak up. Aqua Sun Leo Moon, it may mean that you have to make the first move, even if you never are really the one to make the first move. You know what's needed. You know what's good. You know what's up. Your head and your heart are balanced. You're not thinking, far left field. You are not, head in the sand or in the clouds. You are very grounded and very wise in the things that you're saying or the things that you are thinking up. The ideas you're proposing, they make sense. They make dollars too. I just heard for somebody. They make dollars too. But really, overall, like with these, we have the 10 of Cups right there over the 9 of Cups, Prince of Cups in the middle, 8 of Cups over here saying that you got away from what doesn't fulfill you. Now you have this infinite potential to go for what will fulfill you. And the fulfillment is here. You're qualified for it. You're ready for it. It's your time. And all you have to do is just make it known that it's what you want, and the universe will give it to you wrapped in a big red bow. It's all for you. Somebody said it's all for you. They just want you. They know nobody else is as skilled and as equipped to handle them the way you are. You understand someone's energy more than anyone else. And I feel like it's a very confident type of person, because I feel a confident energy here. Shout out to the Leo Moon. Behind closed doors, when nobody's looking, that's a confidence that, you don't have to be in front of nobody. You can be all by yourself and be confident and still be the star of the show. The opening act, the headliner, and the after party, all by yourself. And somebody likes that. Whether it be a boss that likes that, whether it's a business partner who likes that, an investor who likes that, an admirer who likes that. Somebody likes that. And they see that you're balanced. Not only do you have the spiritual aspect, you have the physical. Not only do you have the beauty, you have the brains. You get what I'm saying? Like, you just have it all. You're not too much of nothing. You're not too little. You just right. You Goldilocks. You just right. So everything looks good for you. As long as you take that first step, looks like everything that you want to happen will proceed the way you want it to happen. And even if you do come up against some hiccups, you'll be able to, slide right on past that. You'll be able to bulldoze right through it. Aqua Sun Leo Moon. So that is your reading for today. Thank y'all for listening. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, and y'all keep up with me, okay? Because I'll be back later.